Lapidary. As I mentioned before in my last short video, that I'm going to show you how to build your own polishing machine. It's very simple, it's very easy, but you might need to have a lathe or somebody that can machine a few parts for you. So I'm going to show you everything, and actually at the end I'm going to give you some drawings, and you could see here I'm going to give you some drawings that you could copy or take a shot, like a picture shot or screenshot, and you could use it later on. So this is the machine assembled that I showed you, but I have another one here that I took apart so I can show you all the bits and pieces that goes into it, and then how you're going to build them and how you're going to fit them together. So let's start with the box. This is the box that I built to put the machine on top here, and it's basically a wooden frame that I put together with building these legs here, and the wood itself, it's about 8 inches by 1. The legs are made out of 2 pieces screwed together, and this is 4 inch by 1 inch. And then you cut them and you put them together, and the way they are, you have, this is one piece here, this is the other one on this side, 2 screws to hold these 2 together, and then 1 screw here and 1 screw there to hold the leg in the corner. So when you put them in, make sure that they are all lined up or the same height level. Then I'm going to show you from the inside of that box. Now, this one here, it's see it like this here. It's a melamine board that you could buy these from the hardware stores for shelving. They sell them for shelvings, and you can buy like 4 feet length, and usually they come in like 12 inches wide. So this one here, I think it was 12, and I cut it down to 11 1/4. So what I did is I put a recess in the frame itself, so this will fit flush. And the idea of having the melamine top, which is similar to the countertop, so any water or any dirt that comes here, it would just you can wipe it off very easy after that. Now, as you could see here, there is a box where all the wiring goes inside, right there. And this box here, you could also buy from a hardware store, hardware store that they have all the electrical. So this particular one, they have, I think, 3 opening in line, one here, one here, one there. And what I'm saying opening is you could actually open with the screwdriver to get it out. I opened this one here. This is a switch with the light on. You just fit it in and it screws right on one of the opening. The other opening at the bottom, I had my wires coming out from here. So what I did is I drilled the hole, same size as the wire, and I just pulled it right out from here, and all the connection with the switch, I'm going to be down a little bit here. Okay, so like I said, 3 opening. The one at the bottom, I drilled the hole to fit the wire in, and then it's all connected inside. The board on the top is, there is a hole in the center and a few holes here, and I'm going to show you why I'm using that. Once I start fitting everything together and I explain it to you. Down here, there is the motor as you can see, the motor here is mounted on an angle iron, aluminum angle iron. Now, the motor is a small motor, so you don't need a large motor to do that. What I did is I have some old machines that we use like in the kitchen, a blender or whatever, that they have these motors. I don't throw them away. So I keep the motors so I can use them for things like that. So this one here, it's a small motor. I don't even remember where I got it from or what machine or blender that I had it from, but it's one of the one that I had. And based on that, you mount it here. So you got to make sure like the level where you're gonna fit it in relationship to your main shaft down here. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So this is the main box, as you can see. And then the top of it, it comes in this salad bowl. Salad bowl is about 12 inches in diameter, and I have a cutout that's in the bottom. It's that will fit all the system inside. Now, when it goes on top, here, when it goes on top, now it's got to be mounted here. My biggest thing was, how can I keep any water from going through there? And what I found is I can use these are used for the sink. So these here will go in your kitchen sink, and they have these rubber washers that actually eliminate any water from going through. And this one goes this way, and everything is, you just lock it, you tighten it together. And I'm going to show you that when I assemble the whole thing, how everything will fit. So this is very important. You can get it also again from a hardware store. Okay, they get some of the steel one. You don't need steel. This is plastic and is good enough. So this is the other part that goes inside. Now on the top. Okay, well let's go first on the main part. Let me take these out here. So, okay, we got this one here. This here is the main part that you're gonna need. It's a shaft that rotates, but that shaft is gonna be made on a lathe. So if you have a lathe, you could do it. If not, find somebody who had a lathe or a machine shop that they could do it for you. And what I did is I have the drawing here that will show you how it is, the dimensions. There's few things that you have to wash when you start building them. That based on the motor that you have and the distance that's going to be fitted here, it also will determine how long this shaft is going to be. Okay, because this is the one that you're going to put the pulley down here, and it has to be the distance between your motor shaft and this one has to be in line. So based on that, this could be higher or lower, but you could adjust that here. Now, what makes it all turn, if you look at this one here, and you could see that these bearings right here. Okay, so I got this is the bearing, which I have also a drawing, and like I said, these drawings I'm gonna show them at the end of my video, so you can take a screenshot and use it. So the bearings I'm using, these are metric bearings that I used a couple, and they will go into this housing. So the drawings will show you how you can fit these bearings. Now, these bearings are metric bearings. So some of the dimension you're going to see, and I noted that in my drawings, that these are made out of, the dimensions are metric dimensions. So when you fit them into the housing, now this housing that I did, it was aluminum. You can make it out of steel, but I had aluminum that was available. You know, I did also this, like, so it was easy for me to use them out of aluminum. Now, this here, it has to go and fit into the housing. It has to be press fit from the outside. So the outside, it has to be press fit in, okay? And the shaft that going from this bearing and the bottom bearing, it has to be also press fit into the inside of the bearing right here. So when this one turns, everything will turn together, okay? The bearing, make sure you buy the seal bearing, because you don't need any water to go in or any dirt to go inside the bearing. So these bearings are sealed bearing, and you could see the blue cover on both sides, okay? Now, the dimension of this one here is given on in the housing down here, which is the outside. The outside of the bearing is 35 millimeter, okay? And the inside of the bearing is 15 millimeter. So this is 35 and this is 15 millimeter. Now, when you order, if you can get this the same thing, so the drawing is going to be okay. If not, you got to adjust your opening here and the bearings to the right size. Okay, so now this is the shaft that will fit into the base. Okay, so it will fit this way. This is the bottom with the bearings. The motor and the pulley are here, turning this one here. On the top, this protrude through the sink coupler, and then it goes through also the salad bowl. The top of that, then I have this adapter, okay, and this adapter also you have a drawing for that, which it's right here. Okay, this adapter is also made of aluminum, and basically this one is the lap support. So it will fit right here, like so. There is a set screw to lock it in position. So when it rotates, it will rotate with the shaft, and you lock it with the set screw. So this one will fit here. So this is slight fit on the, and it's 1/2 inch slight fit with the bushing. On top of that, you will have the plate support, which this one here is plexiglass, that 1/4 inch. I had plexiglass that available, so I did cut it, turn it, and it will fit right here. So now you have this one. Actually, these you could actually buy them. This you can get them from Kingsley North. Kingsley North, they get a different variety that you need. This one is just the foam top that you could use. This here is leather. You could also use that. And by the way, I put up what I used kind of material down here. This is Lindy. And so anyway, these are the one you could buy, and this is the top, the support. It's 8-inch diameter for your wheels. Okay, then these are the parts. Then on top of that, then I have the pulleys. You get 2 pulleys here. One it goes into the shaft. So one is going to be in the shaft here, and one is going to be in the motor. Now, what I did is the one that goes in the motor, because the shaft is only, I believe, is 5/16 or 3, it's something like that. So I did turn these on the lathe also. So, and the diameters that made 1 to 1. One thing is you gotta watch is that with the belt, to get the short belt, I mean, you can get them from the hardware. So you gotta adjust your distance to make sure you get the right belt to go in. I use belts that are used for vacuum cleaners. And with the vacuum cleaners, they're very strong and they will last for a long, long time to be used. So this is a flat one. They have the round one, whatever. So if you can make these wheels or the pulleys, you could actually make them based on what kind of belt that you have. If you have to buy the pulleys, and this because it's smaller shaft, I don't think you're going to get this diameter on the pulley that you're going to buy from the hardware store. So get the one the size that you have, and make sure you have the bushing to compensate for the diameter size. So you put a bushing inside and you put the shaft in. This here, then you have to have a set screw on the pulley to lock it in the shaft. So I have a set screw here. You lock it on the shaft, and 1/4 inch set screws, which is we drill and tap for that. Okay, so these are basically all the parts that we need to build this unit here. Now, let's go back to this plate here, which I didn't talk about. This plate, I think it's about, let me get the vernier here to measure. Okay, so this plate is 5/16. Okay, 5/16 plate that it is bolted right on the shaft housing, which is this one, this housing here. Okay, so it is bolted to 3 bolts equally spaced, and they're 1/4 inch bolt. And so this plate is mounted on the housing. And I didn't want to take it apart here because I didn't want to lose position. So you got to make sure that the position is right. What I did here is just to show you what you could do. I had marked, I don't know if you can see it here, but I marked this one. There is 2 dots here and 2 dots right there. So I can make sure that this will fit always in the right position. Okay, so I got this one in. Now, this has to fit into the housing that we built. So let's do that now. Okay. As you can see here, I have 4 clearance holes for these 1/4 inch bolts and nuts that I'm going to show you how they do fit. So, but before we do that, let me get this one back here and show you something else. That down here, second, okay, down here there is a clearance that I did the same size thickness, which says 5/16 of the plate. So when I put this one in like that, it will fit flush right there. Okay? Now, however, before you put this one in, you need to put the sink adapter, which is this one there. So we're going to take take one for the top and one it goes at the bottom here. Okay, so this is the seal that they're gonna seal it. So now if I put it here like so, okay, it's gonna fit right here, and then I'll take before I put this one here, I can take the plate, which is this, okay, and mount it. Okay, if I put my bolts here, just to line up the holes. So what I did is when I took this plate, put it in, and copied the clearance holes at the bottom here, as you could see. So there's a clearance hole in there. So if I put two bolts here like that to line up this like so, okay, so that will line it up for me in that position. See that? Okay, so the plate will hold also the sink adapter. Now let me put this one in the back or on the top. So I'll put this one first around the threads. Let me get so you could see it here. Hold on, let me do this one better. I'm going to put some of the nuts down here so it doesn't go away. Keeps it in position. Okay, also because of the vibration when you're working later on, these nuts, I don't want them to get loose. So there's two ways you can do it. Is you put double nuts. Now remember, these are 1/4 inch nuts for the screws, for the bolt. You could have double nuts to lock the first one in position, and that's not going to come off or come loose. Or you get one that has, they call them lock nuts, which they have a rubber inside the nuts. It's right inside, and this rubber actually, when you bolt it or you put it in, it will actually hold in position, hold the plate in position, and it's not gonna release or get loose. Okay, let's put them right now. So here, and when you put them, usually the rubber is on the outside or on the top. So you put the threads first, and then the rubbers comes in afterwards. Okay, one more to go, and that will be right in the position. If you actually also look, what I did is when I drilled the holes on the plate, I didn't really care about to get it exactly to dimensions, because I just do it very quickly. And so what I did is I did mark the plate. If you could look, I don't know if you could see it, but there is a mark right here and a mark on the box to show that. So now, just don't forget the depth of the cutout here. It has the plate plus the other half of the sink. Okay. So you make sure the dimension is correct, so that will be flush with this one here. Now let me tighten these in position. Okay, I'm going to put them on high speed so you don't have to get bored with me locking all this up. Okay, so now this is already tight in place and turns okay. I can put the rubber seal goes on top here. So this way I make sure that there is no any water coming down here from the, if I put it like this, and it's going to lock it in position. Okay, but before I put this one in, I want to put this one the last thing, because I need to show you how you can put the bushings and the other pulleys down at the bottom. So I'll go back here and okay. So we're gonna make sure that the pulley, which is, now I can't put the pulley like this, it has to be this way to fit. Okay, and then I have to lock it in with the set screw, okay, to make sure that this is all going to turn together. This here is the other one, and the belt is going to go here, and it's also going to go, this one here has a flat, so I make sure that the set screw is on that flat here. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in like that, and the other one is going to be lined up with it. So now if I take my set screw is right here. Okay. And lock it in position. Okay, and this one here, make sure it's in line. And this has to be aligned from the inside, from the pulley is inside right here, but I need to see where the set screw is, right there. Okay, set screw is here, and line up this one, lock it in place. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now if this one, the motor turns, this one will turn, and the bottom will turn. Okay, so the pulleys are in place. Like I said, you know, the pulley you might need, if you don't have a lathe to do it at home, you might need to get the machine shop to do it, or you buy the pulley from a hardware store. And the belt, I think you got to make sure that the belt you're going to buy makes the distance properly. So you could actually move the motor to any position you want based on what length you can get from the pulley. So also, like I said, the small one, if depending on the shaft of the motor, if you can't find a pulley that fit that shaft, then you need a bigger pulley, like bigger hole for the pulley, and you put a an adapter inside. Okay, connection, the wiring connection is going through that hole, and like I said, it's going through the bottom here, and then the light on off. This, it's a light switch, so you could see it if it's on. Okay, now we have this one. The 4 bolts are mounted properly. I got this one on. This goes to seal around, and it's about ½ an inch wide, and so the sealing of it is going to be just perfect. Let me take this one out also. Okay, so now it's sitting down. I'm going to just lock it in position. Make sure it's tight. Here you go. Okay, so this is tight. Now when I put this one in, before wasn't enough room to go in and lock it in position. Now I can put this one in. Now I know it's locked. Okay. So the next thing is putting the plate. Also have finished, so it's slight fit like that. I'm gonna put my plate in the polishing wheel right here. And what I did is I have this lock nut. This is a 1/4 inch threaded knob that I use to hold the polishing wheel. So what I did, I have a 1/4 inch threaded hole right on the shaft, and when I lock it in place, that's locked in position. Okay, and I have everything here mounted like that. And now this is basically your plate. So you plug it in, on, off, it's going to turn, you do your polishing, and as I said, you could use it also for grinding lap. So if you want to use as grinding lap, you're going to be using some water in there. So with polishing, you don't use that much water. What I do is I have a spray bottle, I spray the plate here, and I'm using cerium oxide. Just put it on, and it's not enough water that will go in or stay inside, and eventually it will evaporate. But if you're doing grinding here, you're going to need to get rid of that water, and whatever system you have with the water dripping in, I got another video where it shows you how to make these drip water drips, so you could look at that and you could see. But if you're going to do that, you need to do, I'm going to take this one out just to show you what you need to do. But what you need to do now is to make sure that you drill a hole right inside here. Okay, you're going to drill a hole here, and you put an adapter hose, okay, that goes down from the bottom. Make sure it's away from your motor and anything else. So the water, you put a hose there, and it comes down into the pail. So you get rid of all that water that's coming in. So this is if you want to use it as a grinding plate. So otherwise, this here for polishing, and I use all mine just for polishing. I don't need to grind. I got my own grinding machines with the 8-inch wheel, so I don't need the flat wheel situation. So now here it is, and I hope you like it. It's simple, and like I said, I still gonna put the these drawings in and have them lined up, so you could actually take a screenshot of these, and then you could use them. Make sure that the bearings are in metric, unless if you're going to buy them in inches, that's fine. But if you do, then the housing, bearing housing, you gotta adjust the dimension in order to suit the one that you have. Okay, so if you like that video and you build your own machines, please don't forget to give it the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you comment and if you have any question, just let me know. I usually answer all my comments. So have a great day and enjoy your build. Thank you for watching.